Hello, wordsmiths. Today we're going to be talking about my 7 top places to find reviewers for your books. If you're new to my channel, my name is Rory D. Nelson, author of the Brotherhood of Merlin series and the awesome spin-off Hound of Hell. Today we're going to discuss the 7 best places to find reviewers for your books. Okay, and some of them might actually surprise you. It would, however, be remiss if I didn't also talk about the places not to find reviewers, okay? These are the places that you should never go to find reviewers. Fiverr, okay? And I have mentioned Fiverr in other spots. Fiverr is actually a great place for authors. Unfortunately, it's not a great place to find reviewers. And what happens is you pay a reviewer $5 or $10. They don't read your book. They just simply post the review that you give to them. As soon as you do that, Amazon is going to flag you and they're going to immediately yank the review, so don't do that shit. I've heard of other authors using like fake job interviews to get people to come in, and as a requirement for the application process, they require you to leave a review. Don't do shit like that. That is awful. Other stuff, posting giveaways on Craigslist to try to get reviews that way. Don't do it. That's a very dishonest thing to do. You don't want to start your author career that way. Other stuff that I need to mention that you shouldn't do: onlinebookclub.org, NetGalley. You pay an exorbitant fee to try to get reviewers. Most of the reviews don't even go up on Amazon where they're actually going to do any good. They actually go to the sites themselves. So don't fall for that shit. The prices are ridiculous. Avoid those at all costs. Okay, so number 1, AuthorsXP.com. And I'm going to put that in the description in the link below, as well as you can find it here, AuthorsXP.com. This is run by Amy Van Zant. She is an awesome author. She's a USA Today best-selling author. She does beta reader services, ARC reviews, where you can get reviews on your stuff. It runs about $45 and up, depending on how many reviewers you're looking to get. The best part is if people don't post right away and you've emailed them a few times, you can actually email Amy herself and say, hey, these people aren't reviewing. She'll contact them. They usually, are spurred on when she emails them herself. She also has mailing list builders. If you don't know why you need a mailing list as an author, that is beyond the scope of this subject. I will get into that in later videos. But anyway, number 2, we have the Book Review Directory. The bookreviewdirectory.com has a lot of bloggers and professionals, librarians, who have their own sites and they blog about the books that they've read. This is a good place to start if you don't really have a lot of money. It's free, it doesn't cost you any money, but it is labor intensive. I should point that out. It's going to take up a lot of your time. You have to basically go through, find out if they're taking submissions, see what the requirements are. You read their services, and if they are, then you send them your stuff, but only after you've contacted them. Don't, under any circumstances, just send them your shit. They're just going to immediately they're going to delete it, and that's going to be the end of it. Number 3 place to start are booktubers. Booktubers, you should know what that is. It's just YouTube people who post reviews for the books they like online. In some cases, they can be authors themselves. In other cases, they're just people who are really trying to get a following with their, readership. Just like anybody else on YouTube, they just post reviews. Now, as with anything else, you have to contact them directly and see if they're taking submissions and seeing what the requirements are. Do they read in your genre? All these things you can find out. You can do a quick search on Google for that. So that's number 3. And number 4, which goes right along with that, are podcasters. Podcasters, as you know, are just like booktubers, but of course they're, podcasting on the book reviews themselves rather than doing it on YouTube. That's all. There's really no difference between the two of them. You can also consider beta readers as well. There are beta reader services out there. Hidden Gems has a great beta reader service. Authors XP has a great beta reader service. Beta readers, the differences between beta readers and ARC reviewers is, of course, beta readers are for your works in progress. However, there's a little bit of crossover as there is with anything else. If they really were in love with your book, they're more than likely to, be inclined to review your book. If you come back later and say, hey, do you mind posting that review? They probably do it. I would consider them. Another way you can kind of bypass the whole, your friends not being able to review for you because they're your Facebook friends. Again, Amazon will yank them if they're your Facebook friends and they see you posting a review on Amazon. First thing they're going to do is yank. The only way to really get around that is if you have a loved one, maybe a spouse, a best friend who is willing to kind of recruit for you. But keep in mind you can't share the same Facebook friends with them, or otherwise your reviews are going to be yanked as well. And number 7, which is my all-time favorite recommendation, which is Hidden Gems. This is an awesome service. It's kind of pricey. They charge about $3 per review that you get, but then they have a maximum of about 140 reviews, and it's about $440. It costs $20 to reserve your slot. I will tell you that the service is very popular, and the negative about this is you actually have to pre-book about a year in advance, which may or may not be terribly convenient for you if you have a new release coming out next week. But if you can plan ahead, like a year ahead, you can get that slot. According to their site, they estimate that about 80% of the people who are requesting your book actually leave a review. And surprisingly, that's actually true. I've actually done this twice now, and it is about 80%. I can tell you, are all the reviews good? No, some of them were lukewarm. Some of them were glowing reviews, and I had a couple scathing reviews. But that's normal. That's what I'm going to find on my books anyway. So, but the thing is, you're going to get honest reviews. I do love this service. It is a great service. They also have a beta reader service, and I can't speak to the effectiveness of their beta reader service, but I can tell you that it's probably awesome considering how well their ARC service is. It is a great service. I can't recommend it highly enough. Usually some genres are a little bit better than others. I know that for the fantasy genre that I write in, dark fantasy, they don't tend to get a lot of reviewers. But if you write romance, you're in the right neighborhood. That's kind of what they specialize in. So with that being said, those are my top 7 picks of where to find reviewers. If you agree with the list, give me a thumbs up and let me know. I will deliver more content like this every Wednesday, so please keep it here. If you can think of anything else, post it in the comments, and maybe I'll do a follow-up video. So thank you very much, guys.